Tonight's letter was sent to us by someone who asked to remain anonymous. They claim what happened to them inside an abandoned factory was so disturbing, they've questioned their own identity ever since. This isn't just another haunted building story. This is about seeing yourself in a place where you should have been alone. If you enjoy terrifying true letters like this one, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so you never miss a new nightmare. Now, let's get into the letter and whatever was pretending to be him. Dear Fright Note, I don't expect anyone to believe this. Hell, I barely believe it myself, and I lived through it. At least, I think I did. Honestly, I don't even know how to start this without sounding completely insane. But maybe writing it down will help me make sense of it. Or maybe it'll help someone else stay far away from that place. This happened just 2 months ago. I live in a small town outside the city, the kind of place where nothing ever really happens. And when something finally does, it spreads like wildfire. I'm not giving you my name, and I'm not saying where I live. Just know it's real. I'm not writing this for clicks. I'm writing it because I need to tell someone. It all started with a dare. My friend Noah found out about the Bell Ridge textile factory from an old Reddit thread. Apparently, it shut down in 1997 after an accident where a worker got caught in one of the weaving machines. There were rumors of a cover-up, whispers of bodies hidden under concrete. But most people just said it was haunted, the usual urban legend stuff. We weren't out looking for ghosts. We were just bored. It was me, Noah, and Drew. We've been tight since high school, the kind of trio that stayed close even after graduation. Drew's the jokester. Noah's more serious, always filming everything for his YouTube channel, even if it gets like 5 views. Me? I'm just the one who usually says this is a bad idea and then goes anyway. That night, we met at the gas station. Just after 10 p.m. we parked Drew's car in a back lot near the factory fence. The place looked dead, rusted gates chained shut, boards over the windows, vines creeping up the sides like veins. It was the kind of place you feel before you even go inside. Heavy air, like the whole building was holding its breath. We hopped the fence and found a side door someone had already pried open. Inside, the air was thick, not just dusty, but raw, like breathing in something that didn't want you there. We started exploring with flashlights and our phones. There were old sewing machines covered in tarps, papers scattered across the floor, and these faded posters on the wall about safety protocols and employee unity. Everything looked like it had been left in a hurry, like they expected to come back and never did. At first, it was fun. Drew kept pretending to hear whispers. Noah filmed every hallway, whispering commentary like he was on ghost adventures. We even found the break room and joked about grabbing snacks from the rusted vending machine. Then we heard the sound. It was faint, like metal dragging across concrete, somewhere deep in the building. We thought maybe it was an animal, or maybe another group of explorers, but there was something off about it. It didn't stop. It echoed in an unnatural way, like it was moving slowly, but with purpose. Drew wanted to check it out. I said no, But Noah, of course, was already halfway down the hallway, flashlight bobbing. I followed reluctantly. We stuck together for maybe 5 minutes, turning corners, checking doorways. Then things went wrong. We reached the main machine hall, a huge open space where all the big looms and conveyor belts had once operated. The floor was coated in dust, and there were giant shadows hanging from broken light fixtures above. That's when we noticed Drew was gone. Noah and I called for him, but there was no answer. His flashlight wasn't in sight. We figured he was hiding, trying to scare us. I remember being annoyed, not scared at first. Noah said he'd checked the upper floor. I stayed in the machine hall, pacing near the entrance. That's when I saw it. Someone was standing behind one of the looms. Just a silhouette, still, watching. I thought it was Drew, until he stepped out. And I swear to God, it was me. Same jacket, same hair, same height. Even the same flashlight in his right hand, only his was flickering. I stood frozen. My brain couldn't process it. I thought maybe it was a reflection or a prank with a mirror. But then he moved. He walked toward me, with the exact same gait I use when I'm nervous. That half-step, half-limp I've had since I sprained my ankle last year. And the face, God, it was my face. But not right. The eyes were too wide. The smile was wrong. It was like watching someone trying to wear my skin. I backed away slowly. He didn't follow. He just stood there and whispered something I couldn't hear. Then he turned his head, slowly like a machine grinding, and stared at the upper floor, where Noah had gone. That's when I ran. I sprinted through the hallway, yelling for Noah. I found him coming back down the stairs, pale and breathing heavy. "There's someone up there," he said. I told him, "No, there's someone down here. And it's not Drew." We found Drew outside the building 10 minutes later, waiting by the car. He said he'd gotten freaked out and left. Claimed his phone died and he didn't want to mess around. But here's the thing. Noah swore he saw Drew upstairs just before we met again, and I saw myself downstairs. On the drive home, no one spoke much. That night, I couldn't sleep. I kept thinking about the way the thing looked at me, like it knew me better than I knew myself, like it was me, and I was the imitation. In the morning, things felt off. My mom asked why I left the house twice during the night. I told her I didn't, that once I got home, I stayed in. But she insisted, said she saw me walk down the stairs at 3 a.m., open the front door, and just stand there on the lawn, staring up at my own window. When she came to check, I was already back in bed. Only I never left. Since then, little things keep happening. I hear footsteps behind me when I walk home. I catch a glimpse of someone outside my window. And sometimes, just for a second, I see my reflection blink when I don't. I don't know what we woke up in that factory. I don't know if it followed me home. I don't even know if I'm still the original me. But I'm scared. Because the thing I saw in that factory, it was waiting. I thought things would settle down after that night. That maybe we were just tired. Maybe we imagined it. The fear, the doppelganger, the whole thing inside the Bell Ridge factory. But it didn't settle. It got worse. The night after we got back, I had this dream, if you can call it that. I was standing in the middle of the machine hall again, but everything was silent. Not quiet, dead silent. No sound, not even my breathing. Then I saw myself again, standing across from me in the same spot, same face, same clothes. Only this time, his mouth was sewn shut. I woke up gasping, my sheets soaked in sweat. But that wasn't the worst part. The worst part was the dirt on my feet, like I had walked outside barefoot in the middle of the night. I checked the front door. It was unlocked. I live alone. I always lock it. After that, the little things started stacking up. My toothbrush would be wet even though I hadn't used it yet. I'd find crumbs on the kitchen counter from food I never made. My laptop would show recently opened tabs I hadn't visited. At first, I blamed my memory, lack of sleep. Maybe I was losing it. Then Drew texted me. "You came to my place last night?" "No," I replied. "Why?" He sent a voice memo. I played it. In the background, I could hear Drew whispering something like, "Who is that at the window?" Then knocking. Slow, steady knocks. And a voice, my voice, saying, "Let me in, Drew. It's cold out here." I called him immediately, heart racing. He swore it wasn't a joke. He never let whoever it was inside. Said they just stared at him through the glass, smiling, until they walked away. But not like a normal walk. They moved like they were being puppeted. Noah stopped responding to texts after that. I thought maybe he was over it, freaked out, done with us. Until I saw him at the grocery store last week. Or I thought I did. He didn't look right. His face was off, expressionless, pale, almost waxy. His eyes locked with mine from across the aisle. He didn't blink. He didn't smile. He just tilted his head slightly, like a dog hearing something you couldn't. I called out, "Noah?" He turned and walked away without a word. Later that night, I messaged him. No reply, but he posted on his Instagram story. It was a black screen. Just 3 words. Not him anymore. I don't know what happened to him. I'm not even sure he's alive. Last week, my boss pulled me into her office. She said I'd been acting strange, showing up late, leaving early, not speaking much. I told her I hadn't missed a single shift, that I'd been clocking in as usual. She looked confused, said she saw me leave early, twice, just walked out the back door without a word. She showed me the footage. It was me, same uniform, same gait. But the version on camera didn't look around, didn't say anything. Just stared directly into the corner of the security camera for a few seconds, like it knew it was being watched, and walked out. That's when I knew. It never left the factory. It came with me. And now, it's trying to take over. I can feel it. There are moments, little flashes, where I'm not sure if I'm awake, where I find myself standing in a room with no memory of how I got there. Once, I blinked in my bedroom and opened my eyes in the hallway, facing the mirror. My reflection stared back a second too long before moving. My voice sometimes sounds deeper when I speak without thinking, like something else slipped in. I had to go back. I know that sounds stupid, but I had to see if the factory was still standing, if I could face it, end it. So last night, I went alone. I didn't tell anyone. I brought a flashlight, a crowbar, and a pocket knife. I'm not sure why. Maybe I thought I could fight it. The factory looked exactly the same. Still dead, still heavy, still watching. Inside, it was colder than it should have been. I walked through the same halls, the same rooms. I followed the exact steps I took that night. The air was stale, filled with rot and mold. Then I reached the machine hall. There it was, standing in the middle of the room, waiting. Me. No smile this time, no flickering flashlight, just stillness. A perfect copy, but something about it felt more confident now, like it had spent the last 2 months studying me, learning how to be me. I gripped the crowbar tighter and said, "What do you want?" It didn't answer. It just raised its arm and pointed not at me, but at the wall behind it. There was something written in dark paint, or maybe dried blood. "You left me here." I stepped closer. My doppelganger didn't move. I walked in a slow circle around it, trying to see if it would react. It didn't even breathe. I don't know what possessed me, but I reached out and touched its arm. It was warm. I jumped back. Its head snapped toward me, eyes locked onto mine. And then it spoke. But the voice wasn't mine this time. It sounded like a dozen voices overlapping, distorted, like a tape being chewed and played backward. It said, "You're not real anymore." I turned and ran. I don't remember how I got out, only that I didn't stop running until I reached my car and locked the doors. Here's the part I haven't told anyone. When I got home, the front door was already unlocked, and my bedroom window was open. On my bed, there was a pair of clothes, the same outfit I was wearing, laid out neatly, like someone had taken them off. And in the mirror, for just a moment, I saw someone behind me, smiling. This will probably be the last letter I send. I don't know if I'm still me. Sometimes I wake up and the world feels wrong. The colors are dull. The air is heavier. My reflection smiles when I don't. If you're reading this, stay away from Bell Ridge Factory. Because once you see it, once it sees you, it doesn't forget. And it doesn't like being left behind. If you made it this far, thank you for listening. Whether you believe this letter was real or not, one thing's for sure. Something happened in that factory, and whoever wrote this may not be the same person who came back. Doppelgangers, identity, shadows that look just a little too familiar. Maybe it's all just in our heads. Or maybe we're not as alone as we think we are. If you have a story of your own, something that still keeps you up at night, send it in. Your letter might be the next one we read. And if you enjoy these terrifying tales, Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss the next chilling letter. Until then, sleep with the lights on.